It's left on the roadway running. I'm not going to leave it here.
Oh,
just running.
What's your address?
I don't have an.
Welcome to the world of geocaching, where everyday adventurers turn the globe into a giant treasure hunt. But for Joshua Lloyd, a sunny July day in 2022 in Phoenix, Arizona, turned into an unexpected game of cops and robbers minus the robbers. While Joshua was busy decoding clues, Officer Smith and Jones stumbled upon him, mistaking intrigue for mischief. Little did they know, they were about to get schooled in geocaching 101. Joshua Lloyd, our geocaching hero, is minding his business, deciphering clues like Indiana Jones in sneakers. Officer Smith and Jones, looking for action in the sleepy streets of Phoenix. They spot Joshua, whose only crime was hunting for treasure on a public roadside. Officer Smith, with a frown deeper than a mystery novel's plot twist, approaches Joshua. "Can I help you?" he asks, in a tone suggesting he'd rather be anywhere else. Joshua, cool as a cucumber in an icebox, politely declines, assuring Officer Smith that he's just enjoying a public pastime. But Officer Smith, unversed in the thrilling world of geocaching, smells something fishy.
What agency are you with?
I'm the state attorney.
Alright. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was.
We ran the tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's at traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but that's another reason for the stop.
Now, Joshua knows his rights better than a lawyer on a caffeine binge. When Officer Jones joins the party, hinting that Joshua's car might be illegally parked, our geocacher calmly explains the difference between public and private property. "I believe there should be a sign if it were private, right?" he says, with the innocence of a choir boy. But our officers aren't buying it. Officer Smith, wearing skepticism like a badge, questions the car's ownership. Joshua, still as composed as a monk in meditation, offers to clarify any confusion. Little did the officers know, they were in for a lesson in both geocaching and property law.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Josh what?
Lloyd. L-L-O-Y-D.
L-L-O-Y-D?
Correct.
Is it Josh or Joshua?
It's Joshua.
As the tension thickens, Officer Jones decides it's time to escalate. "Is that your car?" he probes, eyeing the vehicle like it's the missing piece in a jigsaw puzzle. Joshua, unfazed, confirms it is, but Officer Jones's skepticism has already shifted gears into overdrive. Officer Smith, not to be outdone in the drama department, suggests towing the car because it's registered to, gasp, a female. Joshua, probably wondering if he's accidentally walked onto a movie set, explains it's his mother-in-law's car. But why let facts ruin a good interrogation? Thinks Officer Smith, probably.
Just running. So let's get a hold of
Really?
boss and we'll find out if they're safekeeping. Otherwise, somebody's going to make off with this thing.
Yeah. Are you serious? Wow. Not even going to question me on who it's registered to? Would you like the insurance and registration?
No, you're not driving it. Why would I ask for that?
Oh, I am driving it. It's just parked right now.
Are you driving it right now?
No, it's parked.
Okay, so you're not driving.
No.
Sure, what's your name?
Joshua Lloyd.
Joshua
Lloyd.
J-O-S-H.
Uh-huh. L-L-O-Y-D.
What's your birthday, Josh?
Now, Joshua's patience deserves a medal at this point. He calmly offers the car's insurance and registration, but Officer Smith, in a twist no one saw coming, declines. "You're not driving it. Why would I need that?" he quips, logic taking a back seat. The debate about the car's registration turns into a verbal ping-pong match. Joshua serves facts. Officer Smith returns with skepticism. Back and forth they go, with Officer Jones as the reluctant referee. The officers, now grappling with the unexpected resistance, suggest they might have to contact the vehicle's owner. Meanwhile, Joshua, who's probably missed a couple of geocaches by now, stands his ground. He knows he's done nothing wrong, and his confidence in the law is as unshakable as his patience. As the officers retreat to regroup and possibly Google geocaching, Joshua can't help but offer some free advice. Next time, ask nicely what someone's doing before going all Sherlock Holmes. And so, the curtain falls on this roadside drama, with our geocaching aficionado having turned a routine police check into a master class in civil rights and the art of keeping cool under pressure.
Whose property that is? You got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespass. If it turns out that it is private property, you got your name, your information, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
I don't think it would be private property because what I was doing was a public event. So you guys never even asked
Listen to
me.
your statement. I don't think. That's why I'm going to find out for sure whose property.
Okay, you go ahead for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll do it later. Again, here's the thing. I don't need your permission to check out whose property it is, but I appreciate you giving me the go-ahead. We'll look into that.
Can I have your name and badge number? Your card?
8632.
Officer Smith, probably thinking he's stumbled upon a criminal mastermind, raises the specter of trespassing. But here's where our intrepid geocacher Joshua turns the tables. He points out the absence of no trespassing signs, which in the world of legalities is like entering a gunfight with a water pistol. See, in the legal haze, signage is king. It's the difference between a friendly hello and a keep-out snarl. Without a sign indicating private property, Joshua's as free to roam there as birds in the sky. But our officers, undeterred by such trivialities as legal requirements, persist with their line of questioning. Now, let's sprinkle in some First Amendment seasoning. When Officer Smith hints at Joshua's car being towed, our hero, unshaken, exercises his First Amendment right to free speech. He eloquently explains that his use of language, however colorful, is protected, a verbal judo move that leaves Officer Smith grappling with the Constitution. Joshua's stance on free speech isn't just about dropping truth bombs. It's a crucial part of civil liberties, as American as apple pie and baseball. The First Amendment shields citizens from government censorship or punishment based on speech, and yes, that includes conversations with law enforcement. As our dynamic duo of officers scratch their heads, probably wishing they'd paid more attention in their legal studies.
You could ask me simply at the very beginning, very nicely, hey, what are you doing?
Josh, do the research and find out whose property you're on, because you may be breaking the law.
It's public property, I can tell you that.
You're stating that as a fact.
I am. I'm stating it as a fact because I like being with you guys.
Well, now you're using more profanity.
I can use profanity. It's the First Amendment.
No, you can't.
It's the First Amendment.
Not a big-
You cannot restrict my, not unless it's fighting words. If I use it to emphasize my sentences, I can use it to emphasize my sentences. If one man's curse word is another man's lyric.
Joshua stands firm. He's not just a geocacher. He's a walking, talking Bill of Rights. In this roadside clash of wits and rights, Joshua emerges not just as a geocaching enthusiast but a defender of civil liberties. And our officers? Let's just say they left with a little more legal knowledge than they arrived with, courtesy of Professor Lloyd and his impromptu sidewalk seminar. As the sun sets on our suburban showdown, Officer Smith and Jones, with their legal eagles ruffled, decide it's time to beat a retreat. They mutter something about checking property ownership, but it's clear they're just looking for a graceful exit. Joshua, standing tall like the Statue of Liberty's little brother, watches them leave with the satisfaction of a job well done. Before they can make their escape, Joshua decides it's time for a little parting wisdom. Next time, he advises with the patience of a saint, maybe start with a friendly question instead of jumping to conclusions. It's like he's giving them a crash course in policing for dummies. You can almost hear the cogs turning in the officers' heads as they walk away, probably reevaluating their approach to law enforcement. And Joshua? He's back to his geocaching, the unsung hero of civil liberties and hobbyist treasure hunting. But wait, there's more. Hey Larry, tell us something. So what's the moral of our tale is to know your rights, stay calm, and sometimes the pen or the law book is mightier than the sword. In a world where misunderstandings can escalate quickly, a little knowledge and a cool head can go a long way.
When dealing with the police, knowledge is power. Under Section 18-4-502, remember, trespassing requires knowingly entering private property. Joshua's case shows the importance of understanding such laws to safeguard our rights in similar situations. So, what's the moral of our tale is to know your rights, stay calm, and sometimes the pen or the law book is mightier than the sword. In a world where misunderstandings can escalate quickly, a little knowledge and a cool head can go a long way.